Hello, my name is Oliver Markowski, and today I'm going to show you why 3D Gaussian ray tracing now goes 2D and why this is a big deal. So this is basically the follow-up video to the 3D Gaussian ray tracing in Houdini using MaterialX and USD. This is basically kind of where we left off last time. You can see in the viewport with 3D Gaussians used as the prototypes for the scatter, you end up with a really messy geometry that does not follow any surfaces at all. It's just somehow representing a scene in a beautiful way when rendered and when the 3D or the Gaussian distribution function is applied to those Gaussians to provide a proper opacity. So as you can already imagine, for visual effects and for integrating CG objects, this is a nightmare, if not at all impossible, because how would you cast a shadow on such a mess, or how would you render a reflection or a reflection occlusion mask with such a base geometry? It's just not possible, period. I was, since my last video, investigating how we can still make that happen. And there was a great paper released half a year ago or so, which is called Sugar, Surface Aligned Gaussian Splatting for Efficient 3D Mesh Reconstruction and High Quality Mesh Rendering by Antoine Gudon and Vincent Le Petit. I hope I didn't butcher their names. So cool stuff. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this could do the trick. However, long story short, it didn't. Lucky for me, people on Reddit pointed me to another paper, which is similar, but it does a way better job. And this is called 2D Gaussian Splatting for Geometrically Accurate Radiance Fields. And this is also the reason why 3D Gaussian ray tracing now goes 2D. And the 2D actually only means that instead of using ellipsoids, we're just gonna use disks. So you can check out the page for yourself. It's called surfsplatting.github.io, and I need to mention the authors because I'm really thankful to all of them: Bingbing Huang, Sehao Yu, Ampei Chen, Andreas Geiger, and Shenghua Gao. So pretty good at butchering names, I guess. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but there are quite a few key takeaways that you can already see here. It's real-time, perspective correct, smooth surface normals, and they also provide you a mesh in the end. It's just comes for free, the high quality mesh. You can already see some kind of how it works, and here's the geometry reconstruction. It's just really amazing, I can tell you. So please try it out yourself if you have installed the OG 3D Gaussian Splatting repo. The Conda environment that you use there also works here, just with some minor additions through pip. So give it a go. Highly recommended for this video. I have already pre-trained a 2D Gaussian splat based on this garden dataset from the MIPNERV 360 dataset. So that's basically what we're going to look at here. So again, just to sum up, why is this a big deal? So first of all, the shader I have used previously in the old school OG 3DGS setup was using some karma specific nodes. This is now a thing of the past. This shader in here is 100% MaterialX. There are no render specific nodes anymore, so it should be totally render agnostic. So you're not bound to karma anymore. You can try it with any render delegate that supports MaterialX, be it Arnold, RenderMan, V-Ray, you name it. So please comment below if you have tried this with a different renderer other than Karma, and if you were successful or not. If not, I may be able to help you make it work nevertheless. So again, number one, like 100% MaterialX. Then, of course, and I didn't show you, but I will show you now, we have amazing normals. Everything's there. This is the splat representation. It's like we just went from a complete utter mess to a thing that you could actually navigate. So this is amazing. And speaking of the meshing capabilities of this thing, I will provide the entire HIP file as always as a link in the description. I will also provide my PLY file that I have trained on using the 2D Gaussian Splatting repo for download, so you don't have to train it. You can just play around with it in your renderer. Everything, all the links will be provided in the description. If you download the HIP file, or if you like this video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to get updates whenever I post new videos. It would be highly appreciated and help me just build the channel. So back to topic, the mesh. I'm just showing you the mesh and you will be blown away. So here you go. This is the mesh and you have to do nothing. You just train the splat, and then in there, so there's the train.py in the repo, which gives you the 2D Gaussian Splatting point cloud, and then there is a so-called render.py that reads this point cloud and just generates a mesh from it, and it's absolutely amazing. Of course, maybe you see this little bug in here. This is actually a reflection, but the algorithm thinks this is actually geo, so that's kind of funny, but it works. Back to the actual 2D Gaussian Splat. With this, we now have a much better base to integrate CG objects. So let's bring in Flippy. Let's add a material to Flippy. And of course, to see all that, we're just gonna switch from Houdini GL to Karma XPU. It will also work in CPU, but obviously XPU is a lot faster. So I turned off materials, so if I turn on materials, you can see the 2D Gaussian Splatting results with Flippy, but obviously Flippy is not casting any shadows yet because the entire 2D Gaussian Splatting shader is based on emission. It does not receive any light and therefore also no shadows. The whole pipeline to integrate Flippy will be covered later, but I will show you now at least how to generate a shadow for Flippy, which actually works quite well. And then as always, you just take this shadow, use it in comp, and if you need to use it, for example, if you have Flippy, a chrome Flippy, then you would somehow need to reproject that shadow path that you pre-render onto the geometry. There's no great way to do that in Houdini right now. They do have the background plate node, but if it does not really work with Gaussian Splats because they are geometry. The background plate node works with some compositing tricks, and I think it's image filters, pixel filters, whatever, that are not applicable to the Gaussian Splatting we do here. But at least if you add a dome light that serves as our shadow caster, and then just put a vanilla background plate node, just leave out the background plate, so it will be black. This part here I stole from the Karma render settings node. It's just the way side effects does it, but without dropping another Karma render settings node. And then in here we have the separate AOVs, and here we added a render product to actually have them, the holdout and holdout shadows and holdout diffuse show up. So if I look at the holdout shadows, voila, you see a really good shadow. We could extend this to reflection, occlusion and whatnot, but this already does the trick quite well, and you would never be able to get this result using the old 3D GS setup that I provided with the last video. I hope you liked what you saw and heard in this video, and there is only one thing left to say. Much love to all you geeks out there. See you in the next one.